that ukifuta sigara yako in case uungue wanakuzima kwa urahisi. Alright? Ambulance services are also here to ensure that mko sawa. Kwa hivyo feel free to faint, feel free kwa mgonjwa kwa sababu ambulances ziko hapa. Na ukiona tunaelekea mwisho wa event na hakuna kitu imekufanyikia, jamani, ambulance isikose kazi, jiangushe. Jiangushe, mwambie mwenye ambulance nasikia ni kama nimerudi sawa. Ingia kwako, ungana na familia yako, lala. Sawa sawa, usitumie Uber na ambulance iko hapa. Waheshimiwa, najua yenyu ziko, msiwe na wasiwasi, you don't have to faint. Mko sawa sawa. All right? Everything is under control. Kitu ambayo utakunywa, ambayo utalipa, ambayo utakula, isikusumbue hata kidogo. Kwa sababu kama ni pesa, pesa sio shida. Sididi Masi yuko hapa, atasimamia. All right? Isiwasumbue kabisa mambo ya bili ya hapa, inakuanga ngapi na kadhalika na kadhalika. Kwa hivyo tuko sawa kwenda. Niruhusu tuanze kwa maombi. We'll make it short so that we move. Tuanze kwa maombi mafupi. Nisaidie na microphone hiyo nyingine. Na saiza yake. Kuna mahali ambapo corona haijaisha kabisa na mahali ambayo imeisha. Kwenye corona iko? Hakuna. Wachana na sanitizer, kuja tuna microphone. Wamesema wako sawa. All right. We'll have a short Christian prayer, an opening prayer. Kindly sanitize it for me. And a short Muslim prayer. Our Christian prayer will be done by Madam Ezra from German Institute. Kindly. Mtu ambaye akiomba unahakika maombi yake itafika. Wako na uhusiano mzuri na Mungu. Madam Ezra. Madam Ekra, sorry.
Thank you. Let's be upstanding in honor of our Maker. Precious Father, we come before thy presence this evening. We are grateful for the gift of life. Thank you for the opportunity to gather together after a pandemic, Lord. We are grateful for preserving our lives. And this evening, we come before thy presence because leadership is a gift that comes from you. And this evening, we are celebrating great leaders of this nation that you have granted unto us.
Thank you so much. Members of our county assemblies ambao wako around, women representatives around, let's appreciate them tafadhali. Members of parliament, let's appreciate them tafadhali. Keep it going for honorable senators tafadhali. Keep it going for the governors present tafadhali. Keep it going for the speakers in the building tafadhali. Our chief guest is already in the building. Our chief guest tayari amekwisha fika. In just a few, I'll be introducing him to you. Kabla hatujaenda mbali sana. Governors present, I think, should have walked up or should be walking up now, and the senators present. These awards are about you. They are scientific. People are sent to the ground and only a few names came up. Nyinyi mlioko hapa ndio majina yenu yalikuja. Hiyo ni kumaanisha kwamba kule nyumbani kuna watu ambao wamelalia kazi kabisa, ndio ujikute kwa list that says you are top of the top in your ward, in your county, in your constituency. Ni nini imekufanya ukatajwa na wengi kama mbora zaidi ya wengine? We believe you have the answers. There are over 100 of you receiving awards tonight. You may not all be able to talk. Najua mnafurahia kuongea. Kwanza mkishaona kamera. Na muone microphone. Ni kama kabisa tu, ni kama tu Mluya ameona ugali na kuku kwa meza. Unaona tu sasa ni kuivunja. Unaona hiyo ndio mheshimiwa. Kwa hivyo hatutaweza kuwapa microphone nyote mzungumze. Only a few of you will be allowed to talk. Jadwango watch, nimekuona. Jamani, watu wa nyumbani ni wengi. Unajua watu wa nyumbani hapa tumeyazoea. Wale ambao hamjazoea hapa, karibuni. Kuna jamaa kule nje nimekuta akilipishwa lift. Nikajua kabisa mwenye kumlipisha kwa Kiambu. Niliona vile alichukua pesa yake akaiweka kwa vidole mbili. Haikunikalia kama ni mtu wa Migori, ni Kiambu. Alright? Tafadhali watu wenye mmetoka mbali usilipe lift. Ni free. Na ukitoka nje usikunywe maji ya swimming pool. Kunywa ya hapa ndani. Imewekwa kwa sababu yako. Alright? So allow us to invite a few of you just to represent the many of you. A few of you to do kidogo speeches, kidogo remarks. Tell us why you think you were chosen by the many in your ward, in your constituency, in your county. Why, what you've done to them that made you stand out. You may be speaking on behalf of many others. Ingekuwa uwezo, ingekuwa kuna fursa, muda wa kutosha, tungeleta microphone iende round, kila mtu aseme why they think they were the best of the best. Why we only have less than 10 women reps in here. Less than 50 MCA, no, less than 60 MCAs out of 349 MPs out of 349, mko chini ya 50. Why are you the best? Jipigie debe. Watu wa matangazo wako tayari kuona kama umesema ukweli kama ilivyo tathminiwa kwenye ground. Kwa hivyo niruhusu nianzie pale chini tukipanda juu, a few, very few of you as we move before we get into the actual business of you receiving your awards. Allow me to invite from Governor Waititu's home county, MCA Njoroge Kururia from Biashara Ward, to make a few remarks. Kwa nini unafikiria ukapatiwa wewe nafasi hii? Njoroge, Mheshimiwa Njoroge from Biashara Ward. Let's appreciate him tafadhali. Asante. Now this is the right place for you. Asante.
Thank you very much. My name is Elijah Njoroge Kururia from Kiambu County. I'm elected in Roiro, Little Town, Biashara Ward. I'm the caucus chairman, Kiambu County, and also the chairman, Committee on Lands, Physical Planning and Housing, Kiambu County. Thank you very much to the management of Mizani. I do not exactly know why I was picked, but I'm sure it's because of holding central positions in Kiambu County and taking part and making sure that my ward is the most developed in Kiambu County. And of course, the ward with the most votes and people in the Republic of Kenya. That being the case, I am very humbled and I applaud Mizani picking my name. Thank you very much. When I'm here, I'm representing the people of Ruiru Town. God bless you. And of course, I can see my member of parliament, Mheshimiwa Kingara. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa Njoroge. Asante sana. And congratulations. It's a no mean feat. All right, allow me to invite from Nakuru, Dr. Mbaye, MCA Dr. Mbaye. Dr. Mbaye, tafadhali. Asante.
Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Peter Mbaye. I'm a member for Kabazi Ward in Subukia constituency, Nakuru County. I left a job at the Nakuru County Public Service Board 2017. I resigned to go and vie for MCA because I believed it is the most basic unit for development. And one thing I did is that after I was elected, I held public participation meetings exclusively for 2 weeks. I developed a strategic plan, which I printed and launched. And then I brought together partners, about 30, county government, national government, NGOs, our friends, civil society, Kabazi Professionals Forum, which I launched here for the professionals from Kabazi. And we brought together all those groups. Now, what I've been doing every year is to communicate self-implement report cards every year in August. I do my report cards, which I share with the people. They're able to see what we have done. I hold meetings with my team to check what has been happening. But the most important thing is feedback and communication. I have over 12,000 messages from all the people in my ward, quite a number, that I send messages every other week, every other month, communicating about what has been happening. Now, what I came up with as a scientist is what I call a new political leadership model, made up of 1, public participation, number 2, preparation of a strategic plan, number 3, bringing together networks and partners, and number 4, continuous communication, and finally, and very important, self-assessment report cards, which I share with the people. That is a model that I've developed, and that's have been working for Kabazi Ward in Subukia. We show the best, and that's the model I'm hoping, God willing, to take as I vie for the member of Subukia parliamentary seat. That's the model I want to move on, and God willing, one day as a governor for Nakuru, and God willing, one day as a president of this nation. Asanteni sana na Mungu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Umesema ground imesema uende president. Ground inasemaje mahali huko? Unajua ni ground ndio mnasikiliza. Lakini wacha niwaambie waheshimiwa, kama kuna time nimefurahia kabisa ni saizi. Mtu saizi akitoka kwa nyumba anatoka na long peke yake. Long na viatu peke yake. T-shirt utapatana nayo mahali, kofia utapatana nayo mahali, miwani utapatana nyumba na jacket inusu jacket. Jubilee wameleta jacket. Tunapenda sana, msitoke hapo. Jamani, ni raha kabisa. Yaani nyumba tumechanganyikiwa, tunatokanga tu nje kuangalia nani ametokea. Naambiwa ni wakano. Hiyo ni yellow, hiyo ni red. Tunabadilisha, tagine tunatoka nje tunakuja mkutano yako na t-shirt tofauti. Si kupenda kwetu, ni kuchanganyikiwa. Kwa sababu mwenye ametoka mbele yako amekuta haujatupatia nafasi ya kwenda kubadilisha. Ina raha sana. Allow me to recognize the presence of Governor Granton Samboja in the building. Let's appreciate him, tafadhali. Allow me to recognize the presence of the Tana River Governor Jaduong Dhadho Godana, tafadhali. Mtu akisema jina yako bila kuweka meja mnakosana. Chukueni makofi yenu. Sasa irudisheni. Allow me to recognize the presence of His Excellency the Governor Major Dhadho Godana. Unajua as a community, title comes first. Kwetu sisi. Engineer Rege, Prophet Owuor, Dr. Nyikal, Right Honorable Prime Minister, People's President Raila Amolo Odinga. Unaona, title inakuja kabla ya jina. Wengine title zinafuata jina yenyu. Mwagi wa Equity, Kamau wa Bushari, Mwagi wa Iria. Unaona, title yako inakufuata. Yetu title inakuja. Title inamata sana kwetu. Hai jamani. Na tunasumbua hivi na tujapata kitu. Tukipata tutawasumbua aje? Niwaambie, ile siku yenye Maraga alifanya ile kitu, hizo 60 days, tulifurahi. Tulifurahi. Kumbe hivi ndo mnasikianga. Tulifurahi. Ilikuwa tamu sana. Ilikuwa watu walikuwa watembei. Hata tukiingia kwa Uraino. Wewe, ondokea serikali iko joe bwana. Tulikuwa na furaha sana. Right, moving on swiftly. I'll invite less than 10 people so that we move to songe kama tumesonga. Allow me to invite Mheshimiwa Patrick Makau. Mheshimiwa Patrick Makau. Na ground imesema. Mama yangu. Mheshimiwa Makau.
Wow, thank you very much. I never expected to be called, but leadership of Mizani Africa, all protocols observed. I stand here. The MC said, you say something on why you think you are selected to be here. One, I think in any company, in any enterprise, if you want to make success, you must do some research. And I think same thing applies in leadership. Everyone who is here tonight, some research was done on them. And that's why we are here. I've just listened to the doctor who is MCA. And I think, if one or the other, his journey looks like mine. I left the bank as a bank manager to be a counselor in Mavoko. And I went ahead to be mayor. I went ahead, now I'm a second-term MP. I want to announce it here that I'm the front runner of Machakos County Government. And I think through that journey, it remains something good has been done. And that is why today, since I don't want to talk a lot, I want to encourage Mizani to keep on doing what you are doing so that in the process, you bring up lots of leaders in this country. I know good leadership will make this country succeed in many ways, in terms of economy, in terms of politics. And I am sure Kenya, one day, if we follow this route, Kenya will be a better country than the way it is. May I take this opportunity to congratulate all of you who came here for these medals. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa Patrick Makau. Asante sana. Ground imesema ni governor. Allow me to now invite Mheshimiwa kutoka Kieni, Honorable Kanini Kega. Kindly, let's appreciate him tafadhali.
Going inside the constituency to make sure that our farmers are able to evacuate the food produce that they have from their farms to the market, and also accessing the rural areas. We have literally transformed that constituency, which somehow was rated as one of the worst performing constituencies. The second thing, I think, as a member of parliament, you know, we have 3 roles as a member of parliament. That is to legislate, to do oversight, and representation. We try as much as possible, and especially from Central, because we have to be honest. If you are the best legislator on the floor of the House, ordinarily you don't get elected back. It happens. In 2017, in 3 neighboring counties, Nyeri, Kirinyaga, and Laikipia, out of all the elective positions, I was the only member of parliament who was re-elected. I don't know whether you have gotten that. Out of 3 neighboring counties, Kirinyaga, Nyeri, and Laikipia, in 2017, I was the only member of parliament who was re-elected. So naturally, there is that. I thought you'd 50-50, same. You know, you have, and I'm happy to see you here. We have had a long journey with Dr. Mbai. You know, we have a long journey. So basically, the things that we have been able to do to transform my constituency, maybe they are the ones that have endeared me to the people, and they are giving me the 3rd season. There is no doubt about it. I'll still be here next year. You still rate me as one of maybe the best performing members of parliament, because I'm coming back. I am coming back. There is no doubt about it, about that. So with those very many remarks, I want to say thank you so much. And this is an electioneering year. Good people, you have seen that we are all sitting, you know, whether you are in the yellow side or you are in the blue side, we are sitting together and we are interacting. Let's take the same message. If you are sitting here as members of parliament from different political formations, let's take the same message to our people there. Let's not have our people fighting for no reason, because an election will come and go, but Kenya will remain as a country. Thanks so much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa Kanini. You know, I never thought Mudu wa Nyoba anaweza akafanya hiyo joke, kwa sababu hiyo joke ya erection. Kuna mama anaitwa Mary Wamboi, ile election ya mwisho alitolewa, alikuja kwa TV akasema the erection was wrong and hard. By midday, my competitor, Mr. Mugabe, was on top of me. I swear, she said it on TV. She said it on TV. And we were laughing, thinking, hasikii Kenya anasema, kumbe anasikia. Lakini yeye anajua Kenya, kumbe hata nyinyi mnajua. Huwa mnachoma. You are the director of elections. Wa hiyo nyingine, tulimwachia Simple Boy. Amesimamia hiyo department. All right, thank you. That was on a really lighter note. Asante. Allow me to invite from Kimilili, Honorable Didimas Baraza. Sorry. Captain Didimas Baraza. Rafiki yangu kabisa, hata lazima nimtolee kitu, nimsaidie kwa harambee ya kufund. Lazima ni fund harambee yako kidogo. Utaongezea tu zero zingine.
Asante sana. Thank you very much. I also want to appreciate for doing what they are doing. The highest calling that a human being you can find yourself serving is occupying an elective position, whether chairman of the cattle dip, member of the county assembly, or a member of parliament, because it means the people have trusted you. And maintaining that trust is as simple as what do these people want and what is their priorities. So what we do in Kimilili is we do public participation, list down the very many things that the people of Kimilili want and find out what is the priority. You saw the budget that was read, budget speech that was read a few days ago, where we have the high cost of living. You ask yourself, is this what Kenyans wanted? So we must move away from coming up with a budget or a development agenda that doesn't resonate with a developing economy. A developing economy is where you tax citizens to provide the basic human needs, things that support life: water, electricity, healthcare, and education. But when you have more than 3 trillion budget and the Kenyans cannot afford flour, the cost of water is going to skyrocket. You know something is wrong. Maintaining the trust of the people who elected you is simple as doing what those people want, and in a matter of priority. Even if it's a small thing, that is what the people want. This is what we do in the community to maintain where we are as a constituency. Thank you very much.
Asante sana. Thank you so much, my captain, Mheshimiwa Didmus Baraza. But from kwa mheshimiwa ni rafiki yangu na nampenda. I'll invite the last MPs that we touch on every category that we have in the building, and then we do the main thing that brought us here today. Allow me to invite the last gentleman that is on MPs. Allow me to invite Honorable Ndindi Nyoro of Kiharu, kindly. Jedom Nyoro, nisaidie na microphone ambayo imekuwa sanitized hilo kabani. Yes? This gentleman, MP men, ladies are greater than.
Thank you, Captain. You know, I'm a gentleman. I was willing to cede this opportunity to one of the lady MPs. Lakini vile umetueleza kuna nafasi yake, wacha basi niongee. First of all, I want to really thank Mizani Africa and the people of Kenya for entrusting us with the leadership of this country. Na vile wengine wetu wamesema hapa mbele, nimefurahi sana kuwa hapa, pahali kuna yellow, kuna red, kuna blue, na sisi wote tunasalimiana na tunakaa kama madugu na madanda. And this is a very good opportunity for Kenyans to learn. Hata tukiwa katika mwaka wa siasa, siasa isikuje iingie sana, ilete uhasama kati yetu kama wa Kenya, kwa sababu viongozi wenyewe sisi hatupigani. But because of the agenda of this day, I want to highlight just a few things. Number one is that I am a very, very proud person serving as a member of parliament for Kiharu. Kwa sababu hii kazi yetu lazima kwanza uipende. And I think the reason why maybe I have been nominated for these awards, yenye hata sijui tuko na bangapi. Number one is because in all the 112 public primary schools in Kiharu, na naongea hivi kwa sababu ya CDF, most of us are tuko na kazi tunafanyaga na CDF kama wabunge. Kiharu has around 112 public primary schools. Nikiingia mingi of those schools had udogo tu hapa chini kama floor. We have been able to transform all our public primary schools. All of them now look like academies. 97% of all the classrooms in Kiharu, public primary schools, watoto wanakanyaga tiles huku chini. We have also been able to start new secondary schools, around 8, and doing many other things like Geama Chiefs, now assistant chiefs nyumba, kwa sababu hiyo ndio kazi ya CDF. Probably the reason why we have been able to optimize on the resources that we have is number one, we apply something called labor-based in Kiharu. As maybe in many of the government contracts, mnajua ya kwamba inapeanwa tender contractors. The contractors in Kiharu are the people of Kiharu from that particular village that we actually undertake the project. Kama ni mchanga, we source it from the local person. Kama ni mtu wa kujenga madirisha, tunatafuta wa the local shopping center, so that we optimize on the resources and we make sure that the velocity of the money that comes in terms of CDF also circulates within our locality, within our constituency, Kiharu. Lastly, probably it's because of my pet project, that is economics, because beyond being the person who adjudicates and appropriates our CDF and also oversight, I have a pet project in economics, because I believe most of the reasons why we fight in our communities is basically because of the diminishing nature of our resources. And if we employ a way that we can be able to generate and grow our resources as a nation, as communities, where everyone has their part to play, hata uhasama inaenda chini. And I am looking forward, not just as a member of parliament, but a leader in Kenya. I'm looking forward to a better Kenya economically, and there are many areas we can learn from. Just to cite a country that we love to hate, that is China. China has been able to be transformed in a lifetime, from 1978 to date. Actually, from 1990, the people who were living in China in rural areas were accounting for around 75% of the population. Currently, it has reversed. The 75% now live in urban areas where there are industries. The GDP per capita of China in 1990, just the other day, was around 367 USD per capita. That of India, I'm using a peer then. Actually, of China, it was 317. Of India, it was $367 GDP per capita. Currently, from 1990, GDP per capita in China is now in excess of $10,000 per person. That is per capita. In India, that is around 2,000. How has that been able to be done as I finish? If I cite, for example, Japan, Japan has also been able to be transformed in the last century. They started with industries that zinahitaji technology iko chini. That is textiles, labor-intensive industries. After doing that, they increased productivity, then handed over textile and labor-intensive industries to South Korea. Then South Korea upgraded to other things like TVs, electronics, and handed over that to Taiwan. Taiwan did all that, then handed over to Malaysia. Malaysia did the labor-intensive industries, then handed over to the current giant in the making, that is Vietnam, with the lowest unemployment rate in the world. Yet Vietnam is actually a peer in Kenya in terms of GDP per capita and income per capita in the last probably 5 years. So I believe, and it's a conviction, that tukiweka uhasama chini kama viongozi, and we focus on transforming the lives of Kenyans, we can actually transform Kenya in our lifetime. Thank you very much. Congratulations. May God bless you.
Thank you so much. Anandili Nyoro. Mzee Nyoro, ground haijasema uchukue gavana? Uko sawa pale chini. Ero kamana ina. Thank you so much. All right, allow me to invite only 3 ladies in the building today. We'll start with, I'll start with the MP for Rangwe, Jaber, Mama Lilian Gogo. Ma'am, kindly. Let's appreciate Honorable Lilian Gogo. Karibu sana. Before you go, kindly, before we go live, please signal us, kindly, to see Okotwe to live Kimalamala. Tafadhali.
Thank you so much, honorable and revered leaders who are here, the Mizani Africa community, invited guests, and friends and family of the leadership that is here. Good evening. My name is Dr. Lilian Gogo. I'm the Member of Parliament for Rangwe constituency. Rangwe is in Homa Bay County, and I think it should be in public domain that Homa Bay County is one of the counties that produced 3 women in single constituency. But apart from that, when we add on to our very own women representative, we were able to attain the 2/3 gender requirement for elected positions in leadership in our county. Why don't you clap for Homa Bay? And having heard that presentation, It is an honor to be here. I honestly don't know how the research was done, but it is important that somebody follows us up because we are in positions of responsibility and we should be held accountable for the work that we are doing. So Mizani has been following us for a while probably and decided to give us an award. Thank you, Mizani. Because when you work and somebody appreciates you, then there is a tendency that you work harder and better. But from the point where I stand, I was a university lecturer before I joined active politics at the Egerton University. I graduated with my Doctor of Philosophy degree in 2012, 23rd of May. And my biggest desire was to take my PhD to the village. Because I thought that there were enough PhD in towns, I needed to take my PhD to the rural, where these PhDs are scarce. And just not to take it to the rural areas where they are scarce, but also to use it to influence positively the life of my community. And that's why I made a very difficult decision to go into active politics. Of course, it's not a cup of tea for all of us who are on elected positions. Right now, everybody is very anxious over party primaries, direct ticket nominations, and that stuff. And it's even worse when you're vying at a higher level, probably at governor level and all that. I want to thank Homa Bay again for giving a woman an opportunity through negotiations to run on a ticket of governorship. That is the Honorable Gladys Anyasuna Wanga. Allow me, friends and good people, to thank the great people of Rangwe constituency, because if it were not for Rangwe, I would not be here. This is basically on service. They have probably allowed on positively so that I could be rated. When I got into office, we had a few challenges. There had never been a woman elected in that particular constituency to be a member of parliament. I was the first. And when I went to look for votes, everyone thought I was joking. And like you are not even sure that you know the boundaries of the constituency. And people even thought that I don't know what a polling station is. Thank good God that I was elected. The biggest task was to look at youth unemployment. Another task was to look at issues of insecurity that was in my constituency. Another issue was to look at mitigating measures that would address waterborne diseases as much as water is a devolved function. I was also concerned about what would happen by schools responding positively to the communities where these schools are located. That is community social responsibility of our schools, our existing schools to the community, where a government institution is or otherwise should have some responsibility to the community. The community builds a school, but what does the school give the community other than educating their children and disseminating information? In my tenure of office, I'm glad, and I stand here to report, that using the National Government Constituency Development Fund, we have been able to do a number of things. One, I've been able to purchase, that's something that has never ever been done in the history of Homa Bay County, and colleagues who are here and who have come before us, I believe there is no single most MP who has bought a fleet of 14 buses for their constituency. That is one thing that I have done. Thank you, Mheshimiwa, for clapping for me, because I think they are there too. At least 1, 2, 3. Please, Mheshimiwa, clap for me as much as I've done better than you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Why did I do this? So that old grandma, other than school use, for extracurricular work, for doing school work, that Mina Dhiambo, Mina Kinyi, is able to use a bus from a school that is near them. That our children are able to meet the requirements of traveling, extracurricular activities, exposing them. Imagine a situation where you are born and bred in Omoche Primary School, that is my local primary school. Then I also have a TTC in my constituency. Then you go to Asumbi TTC, and then after that you are employed, you come back to work at Omoche. You would never have much exposure. So this was one of my pet projects. When you go to Rangwe, as it were then and as it is right now, because this is one of the projects that is ongoing, you would not know the face of Rangwe, as much as Rangwe is so many years old. Actually, another constituency was hived out of Rangwe, but the greater Rangwe had Rangwe and Homa Bay Town constituency. But when you would arrive at Rangwe, you would not know where Rangwe is. So I embarked on a tireless project to give Rangwe a face by using NGCDF to build a 53 million sub-county headquarters that is ongoing as I speak. Another thing, to improve security, I have actually had street lighting, LED lighting on concrete poles on about 8 markets from national government. The Youth Enterprise Development Fund gave me one single most constituency to empower the youth in Rangwe, 22 million Kenya shillings, so that they could also start their small businesses. I want to report here with pride that a leader influences their people. You are rightfully saying that when we are here, we are hugging each other. We are talking to each other. But when you find me castigating my only good friend in parliament, the Honorable Didimnas Baraza, so hard, I really shout at him with a microphone, Mheshimiwa Baraza, that is not your original cap. Change it to the original. That one was a bit more maroon. This is too red. We would talk and I say everything that goes on record. But when we meet in parliament, we are very good friends. And I have my seniors here like Honorable Sabina. You go to them, they teach. We work together. We work on bills together. We are in committees together. But when we are outside there, we are there shouting at each other as we go for elections. If there is anything that would make me get any award, is to keep peace as we go for elections. I'm one single most MP who has never insulted or called out negatively the name of my opponent. Why? Even if I don't, I was still elected. True or false? If we would have politics that is not insultive, I have so much to sell about my party leader, Raila Amolo Odinga. And does that not give me room to castigate or insult other leaders? Because I have so much to say about my leader. So if we would go this way, honorable leaders, if you would go this way, my good friends who are in political leadership, because you are serving from a position of influence, the office you are given today, you can knock any door. If there is any one powerful person in this country who can knock any door and it is opened for them, for the purpose of the people they represent are elected leaders, at whatever echelon, I would implore you, why don't we keep peace for once? Why don't we keep Kenya safe for once, leaders? Why can't this award that we are given here today, why can't it make Kenya great again? God bless you, and let's pray for Kenya. And I hope to see you in parliament again. I want to go and defend my seat as the first woman MP in Rangwe. Rangwe has never had a member of parliament go twice, and we say it in my mother tongue, logo dichiel. Muosho moja tu, you go, you pass the lake, another one. But from the look of things, I can greatly predict before the cameras that I know that Rangwe people are going to give me another chance to serve them for another 5 years as the single most MP who has been elected to parliament twice. God bless you. God bless Mizani Africa. God bless Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before you sit, Mheshimiwa Gogo. Mikono zako zote mbili ziko na saa. Hauamini moja?
Thank you so much, my dear friend and brother. as I came here, I said that I said I'm Dr. Lillian Gogo. Number one. Number two, I said that I come from Rangwe. I said I also come from Homa Bay. That by inference means I'm Luo, and Luo is a lifestyle. I mean, it's a component. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Luo is no longer a tribe. Luo is no longer a tribe. Luo is an app. You can download it and start behaving like us. Kwa hivyo mnasema Mheshimiwa Gogo has too much time on her hands, eh? Yes, asante. Allow me to recognize the presence. Allow me to recognize the presence of Governor Joseph Olelenku in the building. Let's appreciate him. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Lenku. And yes, he has officially checked in the building from Taita Taveta. Mheshimiwa Granton Samboja. Let's appreciate him. Finally huko ndani. Major Dado Godana alifika mapema. Let's appreciate him again. And yes, our chief guest for today is finally in the building. He's a mister. He's not a honorable. He's a mister. Tofauti yenyu na yake ni title 2, hapo mbele yake ni mister. Tofauti yake na yenyu ni account yake. Zile koma ziko, koma tu. 000, 000, in dollars. Allow me to appreciate our chief guest for today. Is a prominent businessman, both locally and abroad. Huge abroad. Labda nyinyi mumsukume arudi nyumbani afanye vitu zaidi nyumbani, because at home the only one I know kwa sasa ni Rainbow Hotel pale Roiro, right? Mr. Julius Kamau, our chief guest for today. Let's appreciate him tafadhali. Asante sana. Asante sana. Thank you so much. All right, moving on swiftly. Two last ladies, and then I go to the next category. Allow me to invite on to the podium Honorable Faith Gitau, Women Rep from Nyandarua. Honorable Faith Gitau, kindly. Asante. Jabadi, sijui kama mnaona kenye naona. Wajaluo najua mnasikia raha sana mkiona mtu mweupe. Tunapenda mtu ambaye anamulika boma. Asante.
Asante sana. Good evening, everyone. I'm Faith Wairimo Gitau, County Member of Parliament for Nyandarua. This is my first time to be here. I actually don't know the reason why I was picked. But nevertheless, I thank God and I'm really humbled for this great opportunity. Let me say that I know that I have done what I was elected to do. And I'm really continuing to do exactly that. We have bordered well with the people of Nyandarua, and that is why they love me, and I love them back. I am so grateful that they are willing to give me another term, 5 years. Wanasema, Mami Dashejagio. You can never change your mother. So they are giving me another term. I have taken care of orphans, widows, and the less fortunate. And I think that's why I was picked. And I will continue. God bless you. God bless Mizani. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa Faith Gitau from Nyandarua. Thank you so much. Asante. Last but not least, the only last lady on my list tonight ni kutoka Murang'a, Women Rep Murang'a, Mheshimiwa Sabina Chege. Let's appreciate Mama Sabina Chege. Thank you so much, Jaber. Asante.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. God is good and all the time. You know, I'm a politician. Tusalimiane hii ya hewani. Si ya Wiper. Lakini ni Azimio ni sawa tu. Honorable members, the governors present, the MCAs, our invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and Mizani Africa. I want to take this opportunity to say I'm humbled to be here this evening. As many and majority of my colleagues have said, I may not tell why I'm here because I was called, I was not told which category I'm coming in for. But I'm a second-time member of parliament, voted twice by the great people of Murang'a County as their county MP at the National Assembly. The first time when I was voted in, I became the chair of Education Committee at the National Assembly. Second time, I'm currently the chair of the Health Committee at the National Assembly. And I can see majority of my colleagues who have done great works at the Health Committee. Having my president, the African president of TB, Honorable Mule here, let's appreciate him. And lately I became the Morelia champion after I suffered from malaria when I went to Luo Nyanza for my campaign. I have worked tirelessly towards my work, and the people of Murang'a, I might not be able to say everything that I've done as a woman rep, but I am a mentor. I think I have two of my members of staff, one running for the women rep position, another one running for an MCA, so I'm a great mentor, even to my colleagues who are here. I was voted in and recognized as a woman who has majority of the bills at the National Assembly this year again. I've been voted twice as the best woman rep in Kenya. And so I'm just humbled to be here this evening as I continue to serve. Currently, I am also involved at the national campaign team for Azimio. And I'm glad that I've been able to traverse the entire country. And I've seen many challenges, the differences, and the approaches that we make as members of parliament. To my colleagues, the MCAs, anyone running for any elective position, I pray for you, and I want to wish you well. It's not by default that you have been here. Just remind God of one thing that you have done, that He may remember you. It's not easy to go and look for votes, but we pray that all will be well. From the governors, to my colleagues MPs, to the MCAs and the senators, I want to wish you all the best. And may the best person and may the best team win. To my colleagues also, let's preach peace. We are friends. Yes, as you have seen, we are great friends. Let's extend this to our supporters and let's encourage them, even if we do not agree, we are still friends because we want Kenya to remain one. And if Kenya burns, we'll all burn in it. If Kenya succeeds, we'll all succeed. May God bless you all and enjoy your evening. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, Sana. Mama Sabina Chege, thank you so much. God bless you too. Asante, out of the 47 counties, only, I think, 5 speakers were chosen by their people. Hao wengine ile matusi walitukana tukiwaambia haingesemeka hapa. Allow me to invite one of them to speak on behalf of the minutes of the 5 or so speakers who were selected during the poll that was done all over the country. Please help me welcome the Speaker of Makueni, the Honorable Douglas Mbilu. Mheshimiwa Mbilu.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. To Mizani Africa, distinguished guests, press, good evening. My name is Douglas Bilu. I'm the Speaker of the County Assembly of Makueni. My name is Douglas Bilu, Speaker of the County Assembly of Makueni, County number 17, that neighbors Taita Taveta and Kajiado. My neighbor governors are here. I want to be brief, but I think one of the reasons as to why I might have been scored better than the rest is on the number of the legislations that we passed in regard to the devolved functions of the county government, running to 21 acts of county assembly and 22 policies. I do not want to state that Makueni is leading besides other counties, but I must comment that the second assemblies in the Republic of Kenya have quite improved, including the the level of oversight, the level of legislation, and representation in the entire county assemblies, and the governors may attest to that fact. Because in the first assemblies with serious challenges and conflict in the assemblies. Two, Makueni was almost in shambles in the first term. When I was elected, the county was very divided, and we were able to bring together oversight, objective oversight, not criticism, not politics, and ensure that the public resources have been put into good use. Moving forward, on behalf of my colleagues in the legislative institutions, is that devolution have worked. Assemblies have worked. Where governors have allowed county assemblies to execute their role and mandate, I think there are better results than where governors and political parties have interfered with the independence of county assemblies and independence of committees of the county assemblies. I must state that we have one major challenge in county assemblies where political parties really control the functioning of the county assemblies across the divide and their oversight, and especially where you have a political party where it's almost 80% the governor and the MCS from one political party. You may end up in a situation where you have an executive that is assembly and an assembly that is an executive. And therefore, the robust oversight that you see in the National Assembly and the Senate may be compromised. That's something that I think the Senate and senators are here. You need to look into so that you can protect assemblies and have a situation where we are working amicably. And on behalf of my colleagues in the county assemblies, I thank you so much for acknowledging the county assemblies in the Republic of Kenya. Asante sana.
Thank you so much, Speaker. And congratulations on being selected, voted by the many people in your home area. Nashukuru sana. All right. The last time I was with this gentleman, we had gone somewhere in Western Province to seek a lady's hand in marriage. Let me tell you, this gentleman is a chief bargainer. Walianza na mahari ya 1.5 million, tulitoka kama tumelipa 270,000. Honorable Linturi. Mheshimiwa Linturi, nafurahia kuona.
Thank you very much, MC, but I think you should have gone further to tell them you are asking for 3 million. They couldn't understand how a lady would really attract such huge sums of money. With tremendous respect and humility, allow me to register my appreciation to Mizani Africa for this invitation. I don't think I won't be able to exactly say why I was invited here, but I can only speculate. I think we are in a country where probably my assessment may be wrong, but I think I am a believer in speaking my mind, and I want to remind the leaders that are here that the positions that we owned, yes, are positions of influence, as seen by the past speakers, but we must also remember that when people give us this opportunity to serve, then we really must be able to do our best to ensure that we represent our interests. As I probably exit that position of representation in Parliament, allow me to say that my experience somehow showed me that some of and what we lack in this country are honest leaders. We exhibit a lot of dishonesty when we are out there, and I think we really have to really style up and be able to live with the promise and maintain the confidence that people have bestowed upon us. And I say this because the situation in which we are living in as a country we are facing very many serious problems, and rarely do we find some of our leaders speak about the rising cost of life, the fuel crisis that we are in, and we are almost unable to speak completely about the kind of legislature that is under capture of the executive, and for that matter, effective oversight of the executive has almost become completely impossible. I want to say I've been very steadfast in maintaining my position as a member of parliament, charged with the responsibility of oversight, and I've never shied away from that very difficult situation. I speak my mind, and I think probably because I've been very faithful to my job, to the extent that we expose ourselves to some things that many will not even really imagine of going through. But since we believe in what we do, then probably, and I want to believe that is why Mizani Africa picked me or nominated me for these awards. You know the position of senator in this county. I do not, or no senator has the responsibility of doing roads, providing water, providing anything that has to do or touches on the people directly. But our only business is to oversight and be able to represent the interests of the counties. And you cannot effectively be able to do that when you offer objective oversight and be vocal enough to raise the issues that really touch on your people. I'm really surprised that even as we are elected members, many of us do not know exactly what the mandate of which position that we owned is all about. I say this because I also find governors at times challenging senators to tell the people what they have been doing as if we collect any taxes or levies from the wananchi. And that shows the level of dishonesty that I was talking about. When you challenge me to tell the public what I've been doing, yet we've been participating in passing in Dora and Kara, knowing the work of the senator, then I think it's very insincere for people to ask us to explain to what we do. So probably that is the reason. I don't know, it's speculation, but I want to announce here today that I've really have served in parliament for quite some time. And I think I'm the oldest serving non-interrupted terms in the of Gema region. So, and there is nobody that I've not interacted with, from the late President Moi, Baki, Uhuru Kenyatta, the Right Honorable Prime Minister. All these have been my friends. And I can tell you, who will tell you this is water and you can take it and bank as water. I will tell you who is able to promise what he can deliver. So, Mizani Africa, thank you very much for inviting me for this occasion. Probably when you will be able to, when you are giving us the ones, let us probably get to know why or how it happened. But I'm a believer in science. This scientific research have really assisted me win consistent elections because I've never lost any. And I ran as the governor of Meru County. Please take note. I rely seriously on science, and I know. And with the power of the Lord, and because I pray, I'm sure I'll be able to deliver a better county for the people of Meru once elected. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Jadong Linturi. Asante sana. Mtu yoyote ambaye anapanga kwenda kuoa, tafadhali. Chief Bagaina. Unaweza ukachukua hata bibi na 30,000. Inategemea ni wapi. Tafuta ukame ya mahali. This is a season ya kuoa. Usiende mahali kwenye kumenawiri. Enda mahali yenye unakaa ni kama unawatoa kwa shida. The last time I was with His Excellency the Governor. Nilikuwa tumeenda kumzika babake mzazi kule nyumbani. Because he's my friend, I traveled all the way. Wako na miti inaitwa madhenge. Anaweza akakwambia, inaweza kuwasaidia hata nyinyi kwenu. My friend and leader, His Excellency Governor Dhado Godana kutoka Tana River, kindly come and talk to the country. Asante. All right.
Thank you, Chief Guest. Thank you, Mizani Africa, dear colleagues, governors, and leaders. I'm privileged also and grateful to be here today for this award ceremony. I really also don't know why I'm here, but I know there has been a lot of efforts by so many other groups to move around counties to assess, see what counties are doing out there. And that's the reason why we are here. For us in turn, of course, you know, we are known for, even for the madenge that he has just talked about, for many, many bad reasons. Conflicts, floods, droughts, many other things, sometimes different types of disasters. And so when we came in as an administration, we sat down and we looked at ourselves. And the first thing we realized is that our communities in Tana have never sat together to discuss about anything from the year 1921. So for all those years, communities have been living on their own, trying to push and pull each other. And we sat and said, the first thing we need to do here is to have an all-inclusive government. So we did try and involve everyone to try and find the kind of people that we can put in the government, looking into the minorities and the rest of the communities in Flint County. And through that, we were able now to sit as a family to be able to discuss the rest of the issues together. But that was not enough. We said now we need to bring together all the communities to be able to form a joint council of elders, through which now we use to discuss issues whenever they try to arise. And that's why for the last few years, we've never had the story of conflicts except for the madenge that my brother has talked about. But from 2017 to date, there has never been a conflict in Tana, because every time there's any issue, then as a government, we can sit as brothers, and our parents can also sit as a council to discuss the conflicts. And we have made it to this day. Another thing, we looked at all those disasters and the situations that have been affecting us, and we said we need to look at one solution that can be able to help us depart from these prevalent occurrences of disasters. We also noted that our county is a climate-sensitive county, and so we have to look at a solution that addresses all those effects together. And so we came up with, we picked on urbanization to leverage on climate effects. And that is the route now we have taken. We have been trying to plan, do spatial plans for the county, trying to move people from lower to higher grounds, to the rest of the sparsely populated, to more resilient cities. And what we're looking at is that eventually we'll be able to drive Tana, take it from where it is today, rural as it is, to a great city and an eco county. So I think probably out of the assessment is why probably Tana has been picked, and myself as their leader, to come this day for this recognition award. Otherwise, thank you very much, and God bless Mizani Africa and all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Governor Dhado, before you sit, madenge ndio jina hiyo mti ama how did it become madenge?
Madenge came from, where is that guy you brought here the first time?
Mr. Kennedy.
About the election. So somebody brought some tree.
Yes.
and erected it in Tana to solve afforestation problem.
The winds.
Winds and the rest of the disasters I'm talking about here. Only to realize he's created another one, another disaster.
So how did Madenge come?
Madenge.
Ndio alikuja kupanda?
Alikuja mwenyewe akapanda. We had a forest research institute there.
Yes.
So he brought it and researched there and then spread it. So it spread itself. Until it has taken over bananas, it has taken over other forests.
So the person who did that was Mr. Madenge?
Mr. Madenge from that gentleman.
Na miti ikakuwa Madenge. Nimekupata. Asante, Governor.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Asante. Allow me to now invite the second last speaker for tonight. Kabla tujaenda zaidi, the Honorable, His Excellency Governor Joseph Ole Lenku. Kindly, Governor Lenku.
Asante sana, MC, distinguished guests, honorable members, Mizani Africa, and all invited guests, good evening. Habari za jioni, hamjambo. Mine is going to be also very brief. I think it is basically the journey of devolution. When we voted the Constitution of Kenya 2010, we pursued a devolved system of government. And I think in every part of the country, there is testimony and a good story about devolution, despite challenges that has come with it. And so, as I share with you the journey of devolution in Kajiado, I must confess that I am privileged to be a governor of a small Kenya, Kajiado being fairly cosmopolitan, and sometimes nicknamed the bedroom of Nairobi, where our urban centers of Kitengela, Rongai, Kiseri, and Ngong basically house Nairobi. And I think in a nutshell, just to share 2 or 3 things that I think may have attracted the attention of the country. We began the journey of demystifying the universal health coverage, where in some parts of our county, many people thought that NHIF insurance is something for people of government or for the rich. And we began a problem we are calling Mbuzi Moja Afya Bora, where we were telling the pastoralist community by just selling one mbuzi or a goat for 6,000 shillings, you are able to ensure your family for the whole year. And that was picked by a number of pastoralist counties and got domesticated into a situation where many pastoralists now have embraced UHC just by knowing that using mbuzi, which is their model of trade and something many of them could afford, are able to afford that health insurance. We are proud that Kajiado gave that gift to the country, and we are happy that we are rated as the #1 county in UHC, and also demystifying the UHC to say your model of trade, which is mbuzi, is something you can use to insure your family. I also would like to mention that during the difficult time of COVID-19, we also bequeathed the country another innovation through our Mriziki, or a way of giving relief food to our communities, where you have a PIN code that you can share with the shopkeeper, and using your PIN code, you get your food ration. And what basically that did is to make sure that the local economy revolves around itself, that we are not only supporting the needy, but we are also supporting the traders to make sure that the local Kajiado economy keeps moving. In fact, that was picked by none other than His Excellency the President in his State of the Nation address, is an innovation that not only helped comply with the COVID-19 regulations, but also enable the economy to touch the needy and those who provide their services without necessarily having to seek those services from the big supermarkets, say in Nairobi. And we are proud that that innovation was also noted at the national level.